Microphone.
Talk to your microphone, please.
Did you find a parking place out there with all the pavilions?
Yeah, I was just saying, they were like, what are you here for?
I know. Are you here for a pavilion?
Grilling everybody.
Yeah, but I have a meeting before the pavilion time. He has numbers. He goes, I go, give me the cup.
Oh, Jack's making sure I don't miss anything this time. I said, you're making sure I don't miss anything this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Meeting called to order at 6:45. Present are board members, Dan Ewing, Arden staff, Wendy Johnson, Stephanie G., Barb Russman, Jason Wheeler is absent, and Township Representative Jack King. No guests tonight. Meeting minutes from February 2, 2023, submitted to board for approval. Motion,
I'll motion.
second,
Second.
vote, aye.
All right.
Okay. Financial status update, Jack?
Take a look at the spreadsheet. Take a look at the spreadsheet that I gave you. Notice in the, oh, I didn't give it to you. I apologize.
I was like, that's
Shoot.
one I don't have.
I'm so sorry. 17,800 plus that we have in sponsorships for all the events thus far, most of which are for the Fall Festival. I will send that to you via email so you have it. And you're going to chime in on the applications, where we stand with the applications. Because I don't have access to that spreadsheet.
I sent you an Excel. Did you not get it?
Anyway, we have roughly 60-plus applications already in, so that's, I don't think that's ever been done before. So what I'm doing is, as the invoices are coming in, I'm just asking them to be paid.
Maybe I didn't send it.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not losing.
I think it was about $9,000 so far in
Okay.
application fees, something like that.
Okay, so
We
if that,
have 59 paid applicants already.
fantastic. So we're looking at about 26,000 in already.
Guess this brings up a question. I can wait till Fall Festival. Good.
It could be too that since my Wi-Fi really wasn't working and I was using my hotspot, if I shut the computer down too quickly, things weren't getting out before the hotspot, so.
Yeah, no big deal.
But yeah, so we've got a pretty good turnout. As of today, we start opening it up to new vendors. And Arden, what's your list like? that
I
you
have like 45 right now of people, I mean, ones that I want to reach out to, but then we've got like probably about a dozen or maybe a little bit more than that are waiting to sign. I don't think it'll be a problem, like, so.
Okay.
Can I ask you what the process is going to be as far as getting them out? You're going to send the applications or just the link?
Just the link.
Okay.
It'll still be the link.
Only had one person ask for a hard copy, and that was Jason Crut for the Boy Scouts. Provided that to him, he sent it back or dropped it off, and I just have that in the files.
And
Perfect.
overall, like, we've had some issues figuring out the smoothest way to handle the checks when they come in. But as far as the entry overall, this is working great, I think.
It's a win-win for everybody. Where we were having a problem was when it came in, it was opened, then, but I don't know when it came in. Then it was a matter of getting all that information over to the finance department once I got the receipt. And the format that we're using now, we have the receipt number, we have the check number, we have the amount, we have the people, where they want to be. Everything's right there. And that goes right into the finance department too. So we're all on the same page at that point.
Okay. So, we've got a couple new sponsors this year too, which is great too. And, I haven't heard back yet from Chrome, the credit union, but hopefully we'll hear from them too. And I'm sure that we'll get, Centimark and.
I belong to them.
Well, let's give them a little bit of time, because, once I send her the information, she probably has to go to a committee or board or something, so. we'll
Right,
give
there's
her a little
probably,
time and- yeah.
probably something completely different from the tellers and even the, individual bank managers.
Like,
Yeah. They seem to have a pretty good clientele, though. Like,
Yeah.
lots of people will belong to a bank, but also have, you know, the credit union.
I mean, anybody,
Yeah.
say you work in here, anybody can
Yep.
really good rates on CDs.
Okay, moving on, of course, our biggest thing right now is the Easter egg hunt. So we have the proposed spreadsheet from Stephanie. She has coloring books, crayons, bubble wands, hacky sack, the gift bags, ring pops, and Skittles Sour Patch Variety Pack. She came in at $1,000, and we asked to stay around $1,000. So is everybody good with this?
My thought also, because I do have donated bags of candy, is that if we want to get rid of one of the candies on here, that we could do that. I thought that the ring pops were nice because it's like a bigger
Kids
candy.
love ring pops.
Kids love ring pops. So if we got rid of the Skittles Sour Patch, that would bring us under the $1,000.
Okay,
They do.
yeah, they do.
These gift bags, are they big enough to hold the coloring books?
Yes.
They're the same way.
'Cause I know we're,
They're the same ones we had last year,
Okay.
but the coloring books are like they're not hardcover too, so like you can fold them a little bit.
I know, we started tearing some bags last year.
Yeah. But it's the same bags from last year. If we went with like just like the brown ones or the white ones, it could be cheaper, but I like the colors.
I agree, color's good.
But the bubble ones are a little different. They're dinosaurs, toppers. The hacky sack would be new. Coloring books would be new.
So is everybody good? I mean, we actually have more sponsor money this year for the Easter egg hunt than we have had previous years too, so. So, motion? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, our time changed to 2 PM because of the fishing derby.
No, opening day.
Yeah, opening day of fishing. Sorry. So, Steph put down here times like we had on our documentation, 2 to 4. Basically, what she put on here is like 2 to 4:30-ish is actually what it would be.
Last year, our hunt was from 10 to 1, so it was 3 hours. I think if we go tighter in between the age groups, like, we run the risk of just, like, having, like, a lot of backlog. 1 at registration when they first get in, and then 2 at the prize tables on the way out. So I think you need that half an hour space. And I feel like we were already running over last year with the with a half an hour in between each age group. But that's just my memory, so if that's not right, like,
Just remember towards the end, like, there's not as many.
Definitely not as many kids, so we definitely don't need as much time in between.
See, in the beginning, you need.
At 4 to 5,
And then like that towards the end, like. not as many more.
yeah, 1 to 3 and 4 to 5 are usually our most kids, if I remember correctly. I had that spreadsheet, and I completely forgot to bring it. But yeah, 1 to 3 and 4 to 5 are definitely our, largest, participation. So we have a half hour in between, and then we have 45 minutes in between that 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, which might not be so bad because I feel a lot of the 4 and 5-year-olds are going to be doing the airbrush tattoos and the balloons and stuff like that too. So that actually leaves them a little, time to get what they need, and then get out of the park. And
That's what I
then
thought
you
too.
said we're blocked in till 5 with Mike the Balloon. I think that's okay too, because by the time we finish up with that 8 to 12, and then they do what they need to do, they're not
Gives
going to
them
feel
cleanup
rushed,
time
right?
with ones that are still in line and stuff.
I absolutely agree. I think we're okay.
Jack, any?
I listed it from 2 to 5 because of that, just in case, that airbrush. I mean, they can mill around the park all they want. It's, nobody's going to kick them out. So that's what's going to be on Monday's agenda.
Okay. So do I have to wait till after Monday to actually post?
No, I was going to ask you about that because I already had some people asking about registration. And I said, it'll be on or after Monday's BOS meeting, so when that announcement's made. So if we could have that, the register or whatever, ready to go, because I think that's going to get filled up.
But I do have to wait till Monday.
Nah, we can, I mean, you can put it out there.
Okay.
It's gonna get a lot of attention because of Monday, because we're getting about 60 to 70 people joining us online now, plus the people here. So once that's announced, whether through streaming or whatever, you're gonna see a bump in registrations. So, yeah, if you wanna have it earlier, that's
We
fantastic.
do Saturday,
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah, because I need tomorrow to get things finished up. I thought I was gonna get to do it today.
Yeah, why don't we launch that out Saturday?
Yep, okay, so I'll get that all done and launched on Saturday. Okay, discuss a date for assembling registration bags.
Do we want to soft close registration a week before? 3-4 days before?
I think we did it 3 or 4 days before last time, and then it left us a little leeway. I had a couple of people contact me, and, you know, they had a specific issue, and I worked with them. Or I knew somebody canceled out, and I said, you know, get you in there. So I didn't have a problem doing that at all, so yeah, we'll do it.
Jack, is there anything going on at the end of the month, say March 27th, 28th, 29th, that you can think of that week? Any meetings or anything?
The third week of the month is the bad one. That's when we have meetings Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
This is coming into the 5th week of March,
Okay, so no, we should be fine.
so we might be okay to do, okay, perfect. You guys okay with that?
Worst case scenario, I set you up in Generations. I mean, you
Okay.
know, that's 6 of one, half dozen. We'll have a place
Oh, it's a
for it.
bag, okay, yeah, I was like,
So
you're
do-
talking the bag.
Are you guys looking like somewhere 27th, 28th, 29th? Is everybody okay?
Yeah,
That's fine. In the evening, you mean, right?
Yeah.
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 Go with that stuff?
Yeah, pretty much any of those would be fine.
Okay. All right, we can probably finish that up in group chat.
Okay.
I have to check on my
Okay.
schedule.
The bunny photo setup, using the stage again like we did last year. Barb,
Here's what I would like to do.
go ahead.
You have no say in this.
Who do you think you are?
I'll be arriving by fire truck. Anyway, 2 years ago, we had the picnic table, and then we had the bench in front of the picnic table, and Easter Bunny sat up on the picnic table,
COVID, yeah.
which
He
is
did
a lot
complain last year.
easier. Last year, I was standing there, and you can't see the kids coming, that's why I had to rely on her, and it's just really awkward because you can't see underneath, you know what I mean? And the kids are all, and it's just better if you're situated on, if we decorate it nice, you wouldn't even be able to tell that I was sitting up on it, you know? And the kids could sit even on the edge of the picnic table bench, if you think it's okay like that? Or do you want me standing on my feet, just kind of?
No, well, however you
I
want
mean-
to do it.
I'd love to get you like a setup where you can sit and not be like standing, but I would also love if it could still be on the stage, because when it was at that picnic table, the line for the Easter Bunny like melded in with the line for registration, and it turned into like,
If it's up on stage, would it be like that?
but
I
on
thought-
the,
I
yeah,
thought
if we
about-
could get you a seating on stage.
I was thinking,
that'd
take
be
a
great.
picnic table on the edge of where I was last year, but the picnic table, the bench, and have it there, and I could get up and walk around, you know, during the break between the two things, or something like that, but for the most part, it was just easier, because you can't see them, you're completely blind, and you're just, I'm hoping, like, she's like, there's a little kid, you know, 10 o'clock, you got a little kid, 2 o'clock, you know, trying to do it, but I'll do whatever you guys want me to
3-year-old
do.
at 2
It's just
o'clock.
easier if you're there, and it makes for a better picture, too, because I'm like back there, and they're all in front of me, you know what I mean, rather than, you know, they were getting behind me last year, remember? The kids were like,
Yeah.
so I
Trying to
don't
figure
know.
out, like, instead of using one of them bigger, bulkier picnic tables, if we almost had like a tall director's chair or something like that.
Anything, where they can come around for the pictures, but it gets, you know, it's like after 3 or 4 hours, and I'll be helping out in the morning too, so I'm not sure like what, you know.
What about bales of hay? Would that help or
That's what I
hinder?
would think.
As long
Yeah,
as
it's
it,
not high enough. I don't think it's high enough. to get
Well,
over
I mean, you
the
could
stage.
stack them, but it would protect the backside, you know?
just something that I can be up a little higher, and then we could decorate it, make it look nice, you know, how we did with flowers, and then the kids could sit in front and for the photo thing, and, I mean, I'll do all the, you know, blah, but
What if you were on the bench and then we set hay bales in front of you? Would you think
And the
that's
kids
anything-
sat on the hay bales.
And the kids sit on the hay bales instead?
Yeah, we could even put like a little
I
sheet
just
or
don't,
something over the
I
hay
don't want
bales,
to
because they
stand
don't
for
want to
hours
sit
and
on the hay
hours, you know what I
bales.
mean? And I'm always looking at her to see, like, because they're all come running at you, and
No, I think we should do that. Because I think you're gonna be up a little bit higher on the bench than you are the hay bales.
Perfect.
And I think you'll be set up right, you know, behind. I think that might be
As long as,
Yeah, it might work.
yeah, as long as we're up higher than that bench, we can use that same bench that we
Yeah,
used the
I
last
just drag
time.
that out there every year.
I'll just leave it out there,
I
bro.
must throw it out, I know, it's kind
But I
of
mean-
gross.
Do it now. I mean, there's room in the, if you want to, there's room in there.
Yeah.
Well, what about, I need to tell Pete for hay too, so, and if somebody has a truck that
Yeah,
can
I'll
go
get it.
get it, because I don't know.
I'm thinking if we just have 6 bales, on hand, and I'll pay for them, so that's not a problem. Just find out how much they are.
He won't take the money, he was very angry.
I know.
So,
He stopped in, I know.
yeah, so he'll donate them, and tell him, just get the crap hay, like it doesn't have,
Yeah.
there's always hay that got wet that, so.
All right.
I just think seated would be better for, but I'll do whatever you guys want me to
Do
do.
we want to put like flowers or anything?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Definitely
like,
flowers.
decorative
Dan, you got that
flowers.
I
Very nice
usually
last
ask bed nurse
Wasn't
for,
March, it was just the town.
Yeah.
they give us like some type of flower baskets and then we donate them to the volunteers
Where did we get
afterwards.
the balloons
Did,
last year?
yeah,
That was
I was
that
gonna
lady.
ask Elevated Vines.
You guys like the balloons?
Yeah,
I
that
thought
one,
they were cute.
yeah,
I can
that-
ask her again, if she'll do that for us, and it
It
was
made
a-
the pictures look really good with the
Yeah.
pastel balloons and everything
Yeah.
around it.
Now,
so
I can get an arch if we were more interested in an arch.
I like the arch
It's
idea.
very tough to fit that in my van, but, I mean, I can make it work again.
We'll
The
pick it up
arches
on the
are-
fire truck on the way up.
The arches are really cool, but if it was really windy. would
Yeah,
you have
it was
difficulty?
windy that day. There's some of the pictures, those things are like, completely sideways.
We don't have to, I mean, we'd have them just go straight up, I
Just
guess, and
hours
just,
again.
yeah, and just do flowers and,
I heard that-
I'd rather be seated, I really would.
The lady is from Elevated Vines, and she donated those last year. And even if she can say, hey, I can't donate them, maybe I can get a discounted price. I think at max, I think they're like 45, 35, $40 each.
The arches are more.
Yeah, those
I
are
mean,
usually like
normally.
at $90.
Yeah.
So
I mean, a lot of kids line up for the pictures, that parents are into that, you know what I mean, how it looks.
I just have to go get it that morning. She's out in Washington. So I will contact her by the end of the weekend. I'll let everybody know what she says.
Okay, sounds good.
Does anybody want to know the sequence of events for that day, just so you'll know? What time should Arden be at the park, ready to go? Does anybody?
Should we all come by 1?
Well, the first thing's at 2:15,
1:30.
Yeah, 1:30. yeah.
1:30.
Easily. Here's the thing. Arden's going to be, they're going to start a new, hopefully, tradition where it's going to be lunch with the Easter Bunny. And that's going to be from 11 to 1. All right, no talking. I mean, I'll be there for him to guide him around and that type of thing. We don't know how it's going to go. We don't know how many people is going to show up. What she doesn't want to do is she doesn't want to have this advertised along with that because they can't handle over 200 people, or 200 kids. So what he was going to do is be down there for 2 hours, get on the fire truck, come down here, sirens blazing, the whole 9 yards. And it is fun. It's a lot of fun. It really is. I mean, people look at you, you wave to people in cars, they'll wave back to you. Yeah,
But I have to have a wingman, so you'll be sitting in the seat right next to me.
I'll be
Okay.
holding on to you, and I won't let you fall off.
I'm doing a visual right now, hitting potholes.
I did almost fall off the fire
His
truck
head
once.
goes flying.
Anyway,
Then you come down here, you should be down here by 1:15, 1:30 at the latest. All I need to do is tell Larry, we got to be gone by, this time. And he'll have the truck, we'll get you out of there, we'll get you down here, and then turn you loose. So that's a win-win. It's more along the lines of the types of things we're going to try to do more of, not necessarily, with the Easter Bunny or anything like that, but the Women's Auxiliary is getting really active again. They've been dormant for a while, or they haven't been as active. And
They've been very active
so,
this year.
so basically, it's Parks and Rec helping, assisting them. Okay,
Correct.
that's what okay.
Correct. So when the advertisement goes out, it should only be for this. Their advertisement is going to be for them, all right? And what we can do is we can give them the advertisement, so if anybody wants to come down here after the fact, it'll be the same Easter Bunny.
Well,
So
I noticed that they're putting out the vendor show down there on the 25th, so all
Correct.
their advertising I see is going towards that.
it's like a 9 to 1 event. It's not like it's an all-day thing. And that's what I told her. I said, you might want to, for the caliber of vendors that,
Oh, I
we-
did it once.
It's not very, no, it's like,
It's, yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to, and it's like, you got to expand it and that type. They have room, all right? But I don't even know if they're gonna fill that whole, the whole meeting
Yeah,
room.
we did it the one year, and it just, the flow wasn't there, and then the sales weren't there. It was, it was nice. It was like, and there were 2 floors in that.
Yeah.
But,
No, is 1:30 too early, though? Do we think kids will be here to see
I could
them
always get in the
arrive?
back of the concession stand and take a breather, you know what I mean? Take
Yeah.
that thing off.
I'll walk you down, I can't get the fire engine in here, so we'll probably stop up there, or we'll stop at this end. Sorry, here or at the far end, all right? We'll walk you through, I'll guide you through there, and that'll get you up there around 1:30, 1:35, whatever.
Okay.
So that's the plan.
That
We'll
works.
have the bake sale, like, ready for people to buy stuff before, so.
Well, we'll want to open registration before too anyway,
Yeah.
because
I'll be
that
here
first
earlier.
age group's like the biggest
And
one.
I'll be
one of the
here.
biggest ones.
I'll be here. I mean, I'll be fishing in the park, and I'll just make my way on
One of you
over.
guys can pick up the cupcakes from Penny, though, right?
Yeah.
Forgot
Yeah, I
about
need to
that.
tell her the time, she's,
Oh, yeah, okay.
yeah, she's on board, but I need to tell her about the time change.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna be able to, so if somebody else can grab those cupcakes, Mark, if I'm dealing with balloons.
I didn't
can
know I
get
was
the
gonna be doing
cupcakes.
this.
Okay.
They're down the street from me.
Okay, so we're good with the bench, with the setup for the bunny. Okay, the Russell Stover, we all agreed that we wanted to go with the different candy. We have no clue how many kids we're gonna have. Normally, we have 300 to 500, so, I can price this stuff out. How many eggs do you want me to price, figuring on those number of kids? I cannot be the one to order them, though, because I used the 20% discount for something last year, so my name's already in their system.
I can have Cindy order them, that's not a problem. I mean, if it's something on here, tell me what you want, how many, I'll just, screenshot it and send it to her and say, order this number.
So I'll get the order to you. Goldfish, like, he kind of indicated they're gonna give us like 300 eggs, so I didn't want to push it, but we'll see.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
All right, so we plan on doing how many eggs per kid? 8, 10?
I think 8.
8? Okay. So we're gonna need 2,600 eggs at 325 kids.
And they're basically about $20 a dozen for 18.
All right, so let me do 2,600 divided by 18. So we're gonna need about 145 of these, if my math is correct. Yeah, 145 of these will put us at 2,610 eggs.
Okay,
This is gonna be 145 cases.
how much money, though?
145 cases at, is this free?
Figure about $20.
At $20, it's gonna be $2,900.
And then, they have, like I said, it's supposed to have a 20% discount, if they still do.
That's what I think this price is. It
What's the
used to be
20?
2142, and it's crossed out, and it's
They could do-
1928.
They might put it out there for everybody. The other thing we could do is order less and then supplement with something else, or do we would just want to go for it and have a better quality?
How much you're setting aside just for this?
That's not 20% discount.
Because, I mean, already with $1,000 you're spending there and another 2,000 here, I mean, that's
I
over.
feel like we spent a
you know,
lot less on eggs
What are
last
we
year.
talking ballpark?
$3,600 for our Easter event. And that's without shipping.
This is showing a 10% discount if you go, like, from that price to that, it's not 20%.
Hang on, I can figure it out here.
You're bound and determined to fill my office up, aren't you?
If somebody could go into Russell Stover, Tridelphia, and see if the 20% coupon pops up in front.
Be $4 off, $4.28.
Sorry, I'm looking for the spreadsheet last year just to see how much we spent for comparison.
Russell Stover.
Be $17.14. Let's do 15. Times 145.
What do you want me to look up?
If you go to Russell Stover, Tridelphia, it's where the outlet store is.
Not getting a coupon. See, oh, yeah, I did.
So it popped up and it says 20% off. So, yeah.
Yeah, these things are about $1 a piece. So if we're doing 8 of these, I think the only way we're gonna be able to lessen this is maybe if we only do like 4 to 5 per kid, and then supplement with just a regular plastic eggs, which we wanted to get away from too.
But still, I mean, it would still be less work for us filling additional eggs and stuff.
I will just throw out there that last year we spent like $500.
On
On
eggs,
eggs.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I knew this was a
is like
big-
quadruple that.
Yeah.
What have we accrued, I guess we should say, for sponsorships towards this so far?
1,300.
I really wanted to do these because I wanted to not get away from plastic, but that's a lot of money.
Yeah. I
Now-
agree. I want to get away from the plastic, but, you know, how do we work around it?
If you want, I mean, because we have so much already in Fall Festival, we can take some from there and move it over. That's why I'm just saying ballpark. Give me you're sitting on 17,000 already. Sorry about that.
I mean, if Chase comes through with another big donation for Easter, say $1,000 for Easter, I think we're okay.
And we haven't
have
gotten
to
it
get
from-
this stuff ordered and bought, though.
Oh, yeah, we have to get it.
No.
Well, I got to do that this week. That's why, you know, you give me what you want and I'm sending it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So,
And we haven't heard back from the credit union yet, right?
Yeah, we're kind of banking on that they come big.
tell you what, don't worry about that, okay? We've got the money in there collectively, okay? You decide on what you want. Let's get this thing going and we'll move money around later, okay?
Okay, yeah, I just hate that we're paying all that money for plastic eggs that have nothing in them.
I really hate the plastic. If everyone's okay with spending the money, I'm okay doing this.
All right, so all in favor? Oh, motion first.
Hang on, you're gonna have to do your total amount. All right, so we're doing 325 kids, 8 eggs per kid we're
Yeah.
working on. Okay, and plus every kid's gonna be getting a bag on top of that.
Why are there two prices on this? Like, which price will we be taking the 20% off
Well,
of?
some of them are more money. See, like the sugar-free ones are $5 more per case. So we definitely need to keep that in mind. I don't
Can we
think,
do up to on this so that,
yeah, I would.
so do up to, you figured about 2,900, but it should come in less than that,
No, I figured at 26.
26, okay.
If we're getting the 20%, it's gonna be 2486.75.
So say up to 2,500.
I would go give yourself a little more leeway
28.
in case there is shipping or something like that, so. Hang on, let me double check this. And if we wanna do 150 cases, just make sure we have enough, or if you wanna stick with 145.
Well, let's do an up to figure and then I'll figure it out.
All right, I'm gonna do 150 I'm gonna do $18 just to be on the safe side. Just in case we can't get something. Whoops, that was way off. Be $2,700.
So do we want to say up to 3,000 and we know it's going to be under that?
Yeah, I mean, it's safe, but
Is everybody good with that?
If we got the money, why not?
Hey, but
Okay.
just that alone is 27 plus the 1,000.
Yeah,
So we're 3,700 right now.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
okay. So Russell Stover eggs up to but not exceeding $3,000.
You wanna write that down so
Yep.
she,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we already know your vote, Steph.
So not to exceed $3,000.
I'll make a motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
And we know Steph is, but we'll confirm when she gets back. Okay, Billy Ann's. She's okay with the time change, but she will not have water. Has anybody discussed that with her?
I have not. I'm still trying to see if I can get that water on by that point, but there's no guarantee because of the potential for the weather to be below 30 degrees. And if they turn one on, they're going to turn everyone on. Now, Billy Ann and I did talk about her using the concession stand completely. And the only deal breaker would be if there was no water in there. So she can still bring the trailer down and operate out of there. Now, one of the things I mentioned to her is, would you want to come down for, say, opening day of fishing? And she's got some personnel issues that might not work. So
Doesn't everybody?
we have Plan A and Plan B. I think it's all going to come down to whether the water's on or not.
So this is something we might not want to advertise until maybe a week or two
Correct.
before.
Okay, so final discussion on that has to take place when we find out about the water situation.
Correct, and we can do that over text.
Okay. Okay, prizes, Stephanie said she has $200, she's gonna go buy prizes. Arden is gonna see what's left in his store, not much. I'm working on tickets and passes, and Dan is getting some as well. I think Jason was gonna reach out to somebody too, he messaged me today to get the information.
Was it Sarah's?
Yeah, Sarah, that's right, he's reaching out to Sarah's. Volunteers, Steph will reach out to the high school. The kids loved doing it last year, so I don't think we'll have any problem getting any of them this year either. Bake sale on the flyer, I have a note on there that if anybody wants to donate baked goods, they can contact Barb. You already have a number, oh, you're back, Stephanie, I didn't realize you got back. Your vote for this, Russell Stover, I did is an aye.
Yes, and I.
All right,
Did we talk about flavors? Did
Sure.
I miss that conversation? I was just gonna say, just don't order peanut butter.
Or coconut.
Or, yeah, or coconut.
Some
not
people like,
everybody
Sorry,
just likes
Wendy,
what you
sorry.
like.
I get, little kids probably don't like coconut as much.
No, they don't like it as well, I agree.
No, I think you mix up flavors, keep majority of it milk chocolate, some of the more flavor, marshmallow, whatever, like, them kids love all those.
No, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I'll just order me a box of coconut.
I don't think there's any other allergy things on here.
I
are
don't think
there?
so, I think that was the only one.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm gonna cross off peanut butter. I think sea salt caramel's okay.
I'd just be careful of the dark chocolate too.
Really?
They're a lot more bitter.
Oh,
I mean, we can add them, I wouldn't make them like a
Just not
majority.
as much, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
dark
All right.
chocolate raspberry is actually awesome.
okay.
My wife loves them too.
Okay, so, Barb, on the bake sale, you already have,
We have some people, and I have a couple people I'm still gonna reach out to.
Okay.
so.
Is there that place right across from the old First Street Middle School? Is that place still open? They used to do cookies there.
no, if it's a restaurant now.
Oh, is it? Mm-hmm. I didn't see that.
Supposed to be pretty decent, I haven't eaten there. I can, do you want me to stop at Bethel and see if they'll,
If they'll donate?
Yeah, that wouldn't hurt.
Do you think they would?
they might, who knows?
Don't
You know what,
until
I
you
think I
ask.
talked to them last year, and I just didn't have enough time, they needed more notice than what I think. I'll stop and see.
Yeah, even if they do like a cake or something, we can individually cut up the cakes if we get them little plastic containers like we had, and we just serve them out that way.
Wendy, who did the sheet cakes?
A friend of mine from over in Lawrence, I can ask her again.
Okay, yeah, those were good.
Can you give me her name,
Yeah,
the sheet cake person? And actually text somebody right now. It's a good baker.
yeah, I'll text it to you. Okay. Anything else on the Easter egg hunt?
I have one thing, because I didn't get this message back today, but I had been emailing the food banks and the Cannonsburg. They got back to me and said that they are interested. So I'm still confirming like details, but they sound like they're on board to take a donation if we do a collection at the Easter egg hunt.
I love working with them. I mean, they just, and like I said, it's central, they get Cecil, basically they get Canamac, and I just like supporting.
That's actually what she said to me in the email. She was like, yeah, we serve Can and Mac, so that will be some of your residents. And I was like, okay. So
What is it?
it's the Cannonsburg Food Bank. It's run from the UP Church in Cannonsburg.
We were talking about doing a food drive.
They bring
Kids
it.
bring a donation.
Bring a donation.
I
as
see
part
what
of
you're
our
saying.
event,
Okay.
and then we donate it out to the yeah.
For Easter, yeah.
Yeah. I think we should do the Maddox's one for Touch a Truck too.
I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Well, we tried to do a food drive right here, but because Venice Presbyterian pretty much hands out the food here, and then McDonald Presbyterian. Between those two, they've got pretty much this whole area covered. So, I mean, that's fine. I was looking at from a bigger picture, so I just missed that whole conversation. Sorry.
Yeah, and, Venice Presbyterian, it's great what they do, but, that box they actually use to put the food out in isn't very big. It's not like they
it's
have
not.
cars driving through and,
It's not, but what I do know is it's well used.
yes, it is. One of my neighbors helps with that.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've drove by. They got stuffing and the canned
Yeah.
goods and boxed
And
goods
personal
and, yeah.
care?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where would we put that, like the beginning, in front of the park, or how,
What about a
on the
concession
just
stand?
on the-
stage?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, anything else on that?
okay.
Okay. Vote to approve 1,500 for fish for the Derby.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And I will have a receipt to give you soon, Jack. I just did not get a chance to call this my lunches have been hectic here, so there are very limited hours when they're actually in the office too. And I'll get that sent over so it's a lot easier to get a check filled out this year.
Are we talking about for the fish farm?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time on that yet, so.
Yeah, now, you and I had a conversation about that, Jonathan. I know you understand it more than I do about applying or having that permit a week in advance. He said he can do more things as far as like, restricting the area for only kids up to age 12 from, 10 to 1 or 10 to 2, whatever we're going to do it, so.
What I've put on the permit that I sent in was to close it off at 1 PM on the Friday up until Saturday at 1 PM. So that'll be 24 hours completely blocked off. I have planning on stocking the fish on the Friday, let them get acclimated.
Perfect.
And then we'll try to bring people in about 9:15, 9:30 into the park to get signed in and do what we need to do. I don't know how you guys kind of feel about the medals again this year. I think I'm kind of wearing that off here a little bit. I'll maybe think of something else. But I definitely want to give a little handout again, like we've done in the past. Even I've just taken care of that myself. Other than that, I have not started shopping for prizes or anything yet either, so I'll get on that.
Here's an idea just to toss around, maybe a patch that they could have sewn onto their, like every year have a new patch, kind of like Boy Scouts do. And like, I know in a lot of motorcycle runs, they have that annual run, and then you get a patch to put on your jacket, that type of thing.
Yeah, I'll look that up, and it's a good idea. I like it too.
Yeah, I like that too.
Cool, I like that.
Okay. So, motion for the fish?
I already did that.
We did it.
No. Did we vote?
Yes,
Sorry, guys.
you're good.
That's okay.
My head still feels like it's gonna explode. Okay. Fall Festival, the mini golf. Who was following up on the mini golf?
I just put that on because we sent the email about it, but we don't really have to decide anything.
One
I
of
thought
my
that was kinda
concerns is how
cool.
much area would it actually take?
Yeah,
Basketball court size. She said they usually do a basketball court size. It's a 9-hole thing. So they said about the size of a basketball court is all they would need. They can do it in the grass. Obviously, you need a fairly level part of the grass, which is kind of hard to find here in the park. But the only way they would actually do a second day, a discount for a second day is if they could leave them out overnight. And the only way that I can even see that even possibly happening is if we were allowed to use the tennis courts. And then we would just lock up the gates at nighttime so that nobody can come in. And that way it'd be set up for both days of the festival, and they would be able to leave them out. And they will have a person that'll hand out the clubs and the balls and kind of oversee things as well. So it's just another idea for the kids. I think it's a great thing. I would love to actually see this probably for Community Day, maybe more than Fall Festival. I think this would be a great cheap option to add another flair to Community
I think
Day.
maybe it's another thing for community, maybe instead of, because,
a
one
basketball
thing we
court
don't
is a
want to
big
do
thing.
is compete with too much stuff away from the vendors.
Mm-hmm.
And if the parents are over there waiting for their kids to play
Mm-hmm.
all those holes of golf,
They don't have time to walk
that's
around.
pulling them away from vendors more.
And especially for the time frame, I think she said like 4 to 5 hours.
Yeah.
I think that's lining up for Community Day really well. So like I said, they just need it, whether we do, you know, and if they need to set up, I mean, obviously, we can just probably push those hockey nets, maybe have them set up on the hockey net on that side.
You got three choices over there. You got the basketball, you got hockey, and then you have tennis. Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts are only going to are using two of those sections. So it would probably be the basketball because we can still lock that up. And I mean that would be a win-win. That's the only way I'd feel comfortable going 2 days because
For Fall Festival, yeah, but
we can't regulate anybody coming in off the Montour Trail. See, because I had two ladies that rode from California, state of, on the Montour Trail and showed up here last summer. And it's like, I mean, so you get a feel for, you know, the people. Now, there's places they can stay overnight up on that trail. So that adds another dimension to the number of people that actually can be on that trail, and we just can't lock it.
I think Community Day is a better choice.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
and I
agree.
think it would take up too much room.
Yeah.
I don't think we
I think with the water aspect, you bring in mini golf, we have the chili thing, cornhole going on, and we have the kids vendor. Like, I think if we bring out all the community, that's a huge event. I mean,
Should be. Yeah, it should be. I mean, we started small last year, but it easily could be bigger than the Fall Festival, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so we're all in agreement, so we'll move that item under the Community Day. And do you want to take it, Steph, or do you want Dan to continue to work with her for it, or?
It's up to you, I'm fine.
you have enough on your plate for Community Day. I can handle the mini golf thing.
Okay.
If you need me to help you on Community Day, just let me know.
Okay.
Just give me a ballpark figure, that's all.
550.
550 for the whole thing, for 2 days or 1 day?
That's 1 day for community, one
So-
day. 2 days, I was asking for like a discount, and they said that's the only way you can do a discount, was to be able to leave everything set up. So 1 day, 5 hours, $550.
That's actually a really good deal.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
And they're from the area. I think he's actually in Canonsburg. It was 724 number, if I remember correctly. So whenever I was contacting him. So, but yeah, I mean, they're not the biggest and best golf course holes, but it's cool. I mean, I've seen some of their pictures. It's definitely something I would take my kids and go do.
Okay. Any other updates on any of the other, Dan just mentioned it, I don't know if y'all caught it. I had brought up year before last, about doing trucks for Maddox with our Touch-A-Truck. And I know at the time, like, we were running kind of near the end of, getting ready to actually have Touch-A-Truck. I still think it's a great idea. I think it's well supported, since it was a local issue. So, is everybody in favor of us doing the Touch-A-Truck for Maddox with Touch-A-Truck?
Yes.
Do you remember what that is, Jack?
Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody good?
Refresh my memory on that.
The
The
little
issue
boy.
that caused it, or?
No, just the Maddox thing.
What you do is you just ask them to bring a truck, a new truck, unopened, and then it gets donated to Toys R Tots or to
Okay.
local hospitals or, they actually have their own group that manages it. So I don't even think we'd have to deliver and all that. I think they actually,
They'll come pick up.
yeah.
Cool.
So we can get in touch with them and get the details.
I'm good with
Since, can I just mention one thing? Since Mark Sicretti in Public Works pretty much has Toys for Tots locked up, that's a 19th, 20th year that they're going to be doing it next year. If there's another group that could go to, that would be great, because I'd like to, it's more identification. I'd like them to identify it with Toys for Tots. I mean, this year was incredible. Last year was incredible. It's just getting bigger every year. If there's another group that could go to, that would be great.
They might do like the hospitals and stuff like that. So, you know what, I'll go ahead and take that, finding out about it.
Okay.
Movie night, we still have a while to think about that. Community Day, we've come up with a couple additional things.
Sorry,
ahead.
I heard from Samantha again from the kids entrepreneurial market, and she would like a map with like the general idea of where we're gonna put them, because they put together a packet. I told her, I thought that
I
we
sent
were,
it to her.
yeah, you
We-
did send it to her?
I
She
sent
just
it to her,
emailed me today.
And we talked about it once she got it, and I showed her exactly where, I'll resend the email. I'll CC you.
I was gonna say, I remember we pulled it up on the screen and we talked about it, but then she emailed me today, so I was surprised.
You think maybe she thinks it might change since we were originally talking about Fall Festival, now we're talking Community Day?
That could be it.
Well, that's the thing, are we still talking about over new space?
I'd say that depends on where we put the water stuff this
Yeah.
year.
Community day, I say,
Slides.
But she got the whole thing, I mean, she got the whole park. I just said, here's where we're talking.
I'd almost like to see them out in the ball field and we keep the water stuff over in Pavilion
If we have
3.
something good to put in the ball field to keep people, have people come over this way too, I'm fine with keeping the water stuff where it's at.
The mini golf, we'll bring them over this
Yeah,
way.
mini golf, we'll bring
Yeah.
them over on this side.
So that'll be good.
The mini golf and the, yeah.
We're down along the creek, like where the food trucks were, all the little vendor things down there.
Where's that market she told us they have scheduled?
Oh, I think the Washington Crown Center?
How many,
When is
It's
it,
a
do you
mall,
remember?
it's inside, and it's on the March 18th or March 17th. I'll look at it up right now. I was
I
gonna go
want to
down.
try and make it, so.
how many vendors are they thinking again?
50.
50?
They're all kids, right?
Yeah, they're all kids.
Yeah.
I mean, do they the kids
Yeah.
hand make the stuff they sell?
What we talked about was, when we were talking about putting them across the stream, the parents would take them right to the bridge and drop them off. They'd have to get all their stuff over there, set it all up, sell it all, tear it all down and bring it back. So parents are not involved in this in any way. And, I mean, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a lot of walking, a lot of hauling and everything, but that's when we were like right around Pavilion 3. So all they were doing is going across the bridge. And I thought we could easily fit 50 of them in that area, you know, kind of like what we did over here. Or we could go by Miners Pavilion, you know, or if you want to come back over here, then, you know, we could do something probably right around in,
I wonder if we'd have enough
Infield.
room from the parking lot past the bathrooms all the way down to the concession stand. Do you think that'll fit 50?
oh, easily, 50, oh, yeah, easily.
And we'll just line them up straight down the pathway.
And what we could do is we could probably put them in a little bit to make them, kind of invite them into that little section.
Yep.
And then leave it.
That way they're guaranteed to walk to go to the concession stand or to mini golf. They're guaranteed to walk right past their tents.
Wait, you think we can fit 50 from the parking lot to the concession stand?
It's gonna be close.
They because they have like real like
10 by
setups,
10s.
like they look like the.
10 by 10
So what do you
tents.
need,
Tents.
500
Which
feet?
parking lot are you talking about?
The parking lot right, the end, the one by the tennis, by the
Yeah, the
tennis
far
courts.
one down.
We need 500 feet.
But there again, if we came around, you know where we have the climbing wall and everything?
Yeah.
In Fall Fest? All right, where those pipe are there, if we brought them around and then down, right to the bathroom a little bit, right by the tree, all right? And then start on the other side. 50, that's not gonna be hard.
You're talking the second bathroom on the other side of the concession stand? On the other side of
No.
the baseball field, or are you talking
Tennis courts are here, bathrooms here.
you're talking that bathroom?
Yeah, so we're gonna take that whole area there and just start
And line
lining
them
them.
in.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of room there. You don't really realize it until.
I'll measure it tomorrow and let you know.
It's hard to picture because we don't really use
We haven't used that at
for
all.
the fall festival.
I know we can probably get 35, 40 in there. I think maybe 50 might be pushing it, but we might be able to get them in there.
We could do both sides of the path too, though, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, you could do tennis court side and then the other side, so, you know, people use the walkway to go between them.
I think, yeah, I think I might be doable. And I think I like them there more than, you know, across or in outfield away
That's a great
from
idea.
everything.
That's a great
And
idea.
then the mini golf in the field.
Yep.
And
Well,
then-
we can do it right in either a hockey court or basketball court. They can
Yeah,
set
if
up
we
right in
want,
there.
yeah.
That way it's nice flat ground and they don't, yeah, I think
We
it's,
just need something that brings people over by the concession stand.
I agree. I think this will do that.
Okay?
So the event is March 18th at the Washington Crown Center.
March 18th.
Okay. And did they give you the
Is that a
time?
Sunday?
I'm not sure.
Looks like it might
She
be
didn't list a time here. I'll follow up with her for that.
March 18th.
It'll be on the Crown Center's website, I'm sure, the times.
She
18th
did
is
say
a
that this is
Saturday.
normally an outdoor thing, so this will be new for them to be inside the mall.
That's a Saturday.
Saturday, March 18th, yep.
Usually they do their things more in the morning too, like the things at the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So-
One of the things that she kept reminding me is they are kids, and after a couple hours, they're gonna be exhausted or thinking about something totally different,
Then
you
we're
know,
gonna
so,
go down that water slide.
Yeah.
exactly.
How old are they? With like teenagers or kids? Like,
I think it's a big range. Like,
Yeah.
when
Probably
you
under
said, when you said the
16.
parents drop them off, I'm like thinking, well, like they have to be able to put the tent up and everything, right?
Yeah, or the table or whatever they're bringing. And the tents anymore are just like, boom, and it goes up.
I'm thinking like, get out mine, okay,
Unless you have to become a tent pole, Arden.
right.
Okay, so anything else on any of the other things we want to discuss tonight? Okay, Little Free Libraries. If we want to, we can finally get this moving forward, and this is how. I got hold of Blueprints. There are two options with Blueprints. One of the options is that we actually sponsor them, and I believe it said they build them, correct, Stephanie? And they continue to maintain them.
Who's they?
Blueprints,
Blueprints. Okay.
yes. And I did explain to her that we would probably be looking for at least 3 to start: Cecil, Lawrence, and Hendersonville.
Okay.
So,
Did they give you a price for the sponsor?
no, she didn't give me a price because she wanted to know which way we wanted to go. If we just wanted them to like give us specs and that kind of stuff and guidance, or if we actually wanted them to build, maintain, and us just sponsor them.
Do you get a choice of what they look like?
I can ask her that question.
Okay. I'm just curious because knowing the board that has to approve it, they're going to ask for choices. Okay.
I know there's one in South Point. I know there's one in one of the Cecil housing plans, but I'm not sure which housing plan. And so we want to know what they look like, how much they are, if we sponsor them. And any other questions?
So do they continue to own it, though?
Pardon?
Like, they actually would physically own, like, when I think sponsor, like, we sponsor them putting it in and they're maintaining it, but they, like, still own the structure. I'd want to know that.
Is that a one-time payment or is that a yearly?
I assumed it was on time, but it's a good question.
And who maintains the books going in? Do we?
No, they maintain.
They do, they
do
maintain
the
the books
books?
going into.
Or did maintain mean they will paint and,
Usually the residents, I think they would expect us to bring the books. That's not,
Yeah.
Those are
that's
questions
not a
for-
hard thing.
those are all, I have so many books in my house. So I want to know how much it is. Is it a one-time fee? When they say maintain, are they discuss, meaning they keep them painted and upkeep? Or they also do the books?
Yeah.
Or like if somebody vandalizes it, do they fix it
Yeah.
or do we fix it?
Any other questions for them?
And pictures of options.
Yeah, I had that
Like
right
you
down,
said
too.
that.
Yeah. what
We
they look like.
can, is there, like, where we just pay for it? I guess you can say not for necessarily a sponsorship, like the sponsorship, I'm thinking like that they keep up with that maintaining thing, but is there just like an outright payment, so they don't
See,
have
that's
to
what I
maintain
thought
it
the
every year?
sponsorship would be. We just
Okay.
pay them the fee and
They
they
set
put it
up,
in and
okay.
yeah. I mean, I don't know how much any of you know about Blueprints,
Nothing.
but they are on top of everything.
Nonprofit too, are they?
Right. It's the old community action.
Okay.
So I don't want to say they have the money because, obviously a lot of this is our tax dollars. But what they are on top of is having things that kids need, taking care of kids, much better than CYS does. So,
Rub it in. Great.
so, I mean, that's what they're all about. And anything a kid needs, they're right there. So, yeah, let me get these questions answered and then we'll see.
Just the owning thing again, sorry. I just, like, if we do the sponsorship and then, like, 3 years down the line, we say we don't want them to maintain it anymore, like, I just don't want them to come take it away. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Like a contract.
Can we take it over at some point if we want to, as far as books?
yeah.
Another fair question. If anybody thinks of any, I won't contact them till, at least till Monday, so if anybody else thinks of any questions, just let me know.
I thought that was a really great idea, by the way, so thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I think they're all good questions.
Yeah, we'll get it done.
All right, any other new items, or? Okay, meeting adjourned at 7:20? 7:38.
Bigger already.
I'm making Rice Krispie treats.
Are you? Okay.
I'll take a try.
Dan, you're baking? Oh.